Seeing that the positivity is continuing from yesterday through to today, but is that still because of the reporting season?
Yes, and also banking sentiment. As you know, in Nigeria, as a frontier market, the banks pervade the whole market, and whatever sentiment people have about the banks will impact the whole market. And right now, there's any banks result coming out yesterday that has brought a more positive sentiment to further push the market forward. So expect for the next week or thereabout, maybe more, you should see a continued uptrend in the market, courtesy of the bank result. GTB's result should come out anytime soon, and that will also further buoy the market forward.
Well, we've seen that the Nigerian bourse had a 3-good week of great run. I mean, it's been positivity all across. How exactly is this shaping the sentiments of investors as well as the economy?
Right now, you're experiencing what we normally have in Nigeria and most frontier markets, which is the herd mentality. Prices are going up. I've been on the fence for a while. People are making profit. I take my own funds and I plug it into the market, hoping that it won't catch me at the peak. And that's what is further also helping to push the market prices up. At this rate, in another week, let me say week or two, a good number of stocks, let me say roughly half, if not more, will start to become overvalued. And that's where the pressure comes from. At the same time, bear in mind that the banks that didn't do well last year will also send their results in the next 4 weeks or thereabout. And when those results come out, it will bring another gloom to the market, and then people will begin to fall back out again, and you'll see a consistent downturn at that period.
So are you expecting the banking results that are expected out to be in negative light?
Majority will be. The good point is that those that, let me call them the leaders in the market as far as 2009 is concerned, has started to start the process, and that's Zenith Bank followed by GTB anytime soon. Those are the two banks, from our opinion, that will have the best results in the market. GTB first and Zenith Bank second, and they're the first to announce the results. So that's good. Give the market a positive sentiment. But down the line, as due to legal requirements, regulatory requirements, you have to announce your results, and those that have losses or very low cover earnings per shares will have to release their results too. People will not be happy about it. They'll dump those stocks, and the gloom will come back for a little while. So that's what's going to happen. But bear in mind that most banks will have results that are not too appealing.
Well, let's talk about Zenith Bank. We're seeing a sharp drop in the earnings posted of the Zenith Bank results. And it's the first bank, obviously, to come out after the banking reforms that took place last year. What do you make of the results there exactly?
Okay, the result was quite interesting in the sense that, yes, they made a profit, which in today's time is a good thing. But these are our concerns. Earnings went up by 33%, that's fine. But that's less than the average over the past 5 years of 51%. So earnings grew at a decreasing rate. That's number one. Number two, we've warned in a previous research report about share proliferation, continually eroding shareholder value by increasing your outstanding shares. They did it again, 1 for 4 right now, and they did 1 for 2 last year. That's bad. Any value they have in 2010 going forward has almost been eroded. That's another issue. Then we also were worried about loan loss provision, which affects every bank. And though we felt they should make about 32 billion naira in terms of their provision, they actually made 40 billion in provisions. And for a bank that is known to have good asset quality, that's scary. You not wonder, other banks that have poor asset quality, what kind of provisions would they put out there? Yeah. But all in all, it's a fairly good result. But just the corporate actions should not have been done at this point in time.
Well, what are the share prices? Jude, I beg your pardon, but what do you think should be the risk management infrastructure for the company and the outlook for the company going forward? For the bank, I beg your pardon.
I think in as much as Nigeria is an oil-dependent economy, right now 20% of their loan book is tied to oil and gas, upstream and downstream. I think it makes sense, but I think they need to pull back from oil. Where they need to go into is anybody's guess, but I think that's 1/5 of your loan book is going to oil and gas. Though this is Nigeria and oil is the key, I think that's a little bit too much. At the same time, the bank is sticking to AAA corporates in terms of corporate loans. They're not going to go much into retail or consumer credits. That's fine. It all depends on how much, how much funding do these corporates need going forward, because that's what drives any bank's loan growth over time. So I think those are the areas that need to be looked into for the bank. And also in terms of non-performing loans, in our opinion, we think that in the past, they've understated non-performing loans. We hope going forward that that is nipped in the bud and the non-performing loans are actually stated as they are and not understated. So that's really important.